Hello everyone, it's me Clayton. I just finished watching Harley Quinn, a very problematic Valentine's Day special. And despite its title, it's not really as offensive or problematic as you'd think it would be. Then again, it does feel like it's done by the same people who made the title for the fantabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn. But enough about that. As far as an extra episode of Harley Quinn goes, as well as a celebration of everything Valentine's Day, it does exactly what you'd think it would do with this cast of characters and this take of the DC Universe. But let's get to the story, shall we? The story is that Harley Quinn is going to try to give Poison Ivy the best Valentine's Day ever, and Poison Ivy just wants it to be low-key, quaint. Just, a date at their favorite restaurant, watching stuff on HBO Max, and then maybe getting laid. The usual. But Harley Quinn doesn't want the usual. She wants it to be the best ever, which is why she goes to incredible lengths to give Poison Ivy the best experience she's ever had. While we also see Clayface getting his own Valentine's Day crush, and Bane even manages to fall in love in his own way, and of course goes about it in the way you'd expect Bane to. Now, when I was seeing all the hateful comments towards a show like Velma, I noticed that its humor tried to do a lot of what Harley Quinn tried to do. And while that show fails miserably at it, this show reminds me of why I love Harley Quinn as much as I do. The humor manages to be just as fast-paced, and it attempts to have as much meta humor, but the meta comments are actually funny. They're done with clear love for the source material in this case, and as far as this Valentine's Day special goes, it definitely amps up the raunchiness, but it still keeps it within limits necessary for an R-rated animated comedy. Especially because I genuinely love the bond between Harley and Poison Ivy. They still feel like the supportive couple who try to talk things out and who generally try to keep open minds about things. I love the fact that Bane happens to become a giant kaiju at one point in the episode, who literally cannot control his horniness. And heck, Clayface even falls in love with his own ass. And I'm not making that up, that he gets split in half and his upper half falls in love with his lower half, which is both ridiculous but also hilarious considering that the show acknowledges how weird it is and just frickin' rolls with it. That's been the case with a lot of the humor in this show, and this works as well as the normal series does. Even with only a 44-minute time frame to do it in, which, yes, is twice as long as a typical episode of the show, but with the amount of jokes and the amount of cameos that are in this episode, you'd be surprised by how fast those 44 minutes fly by. Especially when we get cameos from Superman, Hawkman, Wonder Woman, Darkseid, Etrigan. Just as many funny faces from the DC Universe that the show has shown us before, they show up here, and they're always welcome. And given that this episode has done more in 44 minutes than what Velma has done throughout its entire series run, I hope people can see why this show succeeds and that other one fails so hard. So happy Valentine's Day, and this is a generally great bonus episode that I'm glad was made. See you next time.